So our work days have changed a little bit with COVID, but we're all working from home, at least in the marketing department for sure. So we have a morning check-in that we just go over everything that needs to be done for the day. My role primarily is to manage all of our social media accounts, so I check in on those, respond to any emails. We also work with other members of our marketing team to create all of the content that's going to go on those platforms. Non-COVID, I worked with a lot of the media buys, so organizing those, making sure that the proper creative got sent to that, as well as when we used to do shows. That was a big part of our routine, was making sure that everything was organized for the shows and set up. And so it's a lot of creative work for me because my background is mainly graphic design. I spend a lot of time in Adobe and making different little fun graphics and taking pictures. We have shoots occasionally where we'll go into the greenhouse specifically and take all kinds of different shots so that we can use them for future content. So my career journey is kind of a little bit of a funny story, probably different than how most people get involved. I actually didn't have any experience with anything ag. When I went to school, I had the intention that I was going to go into some sort of design firm. I met my husband, and he actually works for a competing greenhouse. So he was deep into the business. I ended up moving down to the Leamington, Kingsville area where it's so prevalent. And it just ended up being a perfect fit. I found Fresco and I loved it. So thanks to him for showing me how great greenhouses could be and what the industry was like. I would say ag is incredibly important. I think that people take for granted how much work goes into making sure that something appears on their table and is perfect and ready for them to pick up in a store. Even myself, because I'm so new to the industry, I didn't realize how many points of contact everything has to go through and how many different hoops you have to jump through to make sure that everything is perfect and pristine and ready to be consumed. And I think it's really, really exciting to be able to learn all of that and see firsthand and be a part of all of the innovation. And I love that's especially with greenhouses, we get to make all those changes up front, like work with different packaging options and find different ways of growing, and just being able to watch all of those things come to light is very exciting. My advice would probably be give it a try. It's not necessarily what you like. If you're not from the area, you might not be aware of all the opportunities, but if you're willing to either work remotely or move somewhere that's closer to the specific area of agriculture that you're interested in, it's definitely a great learning opportunity. It's really interesting to see where your food comes from, how the different little pieces connect together. I would say that there's really no downfall in working in agriculture. It's super fun, always keeps you on your toes, so go for it.